Look, Sid the Kid.
I was just about to say that too. Hey, I'm Sid the Kid, back with a verse for your ears. I keep my mind sharp like Indian knives and spears. We back with episode 3 like we never left. We right to the oh shit, fuck it up. Let me get you again. Hold up. Shut up. Who am I shooting? Oh my god. Okay. We back with episode 3 like we never left. We You keep fucking me up.
Actually doing what you want me to do here.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. You're making me laugh.
He's still going.
Let's go ahead.
Alright. I pick it up where she left off and drop off. I'm UPS, the package, drop off. I open it and I see inside. I'm like, damn, that's my mind wide open.
In the box.
I allow everything to help me learn in my experience of life.
Hey.
No wife, no strife.
Just living this life.
Oh, like an Indian knife. I put it into my heart and twist. Like a knife.
Why did you kill yourself?
Wow, that's twice.
Okay. Sure. Wow.
But the haters hate.
Why did you kill yourself twice?
Got a hater right here.
I'm not. I'm just asking simple questions. That's all I'm doing.
Alright, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about negative thinking because everybody does it and it's fucked up and people need to stop doing it. And well, first understand why they're doing it so that they can stop doing it. That's what we're talking about.
Alright, cool. Personally, when negative thinking, I know specifically, it's 2019, goddamn. I know specifically in 20, I know, right?
It's going to be 2020.
I keep looking at the date sometimes, like it's mid-August.
Times are not real, so it's okay.
But I know in 2018 and 2017, more so 2018, I was a fucking shipwreck in my mind. I was pretty much like done with everything in myself. I was just I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
Depressed?
Yeah, like I was out. Like that was real depression. I know in 2017 in school, first semester at the main campus of Penn State College, Pennsylvania, I was out of it. I was not getting out of my room. I was not going to class. My eating schedule was stupid. Like I would get out of bed at like 7:00 p.m. Yeah, I would get out of bed and like go to the little
cafe.
Yeah, whatever little cafe, get some fucking chicken tenders or fries, whatever, a sandwich, and just eat alone in the room.
Oh,
just watching like
I feel
trash
bad.
YouTube videos and shit like that.
Oh,
my roommate, he was okay, but he was slightly strange. Every roommate I've had has been a little slightly strange.
Where were your friends at?
I didn't really have friends up there. Like I didn't have any friends that semester.
That like your third year though?
That was my first semester at the new campus though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I came during the spring, so it felt a little off because when you come during the spring semester, usually everybody comes during the fall.
Yeah, so everybody's like
already has their cliques established and everything. But I could have joined clubs and everything, but my mind was not in the right place.
Yeah.
I was done.
I think I had sort of the same thing in college too, but it was my second. I went to the same school the whole time. Mine just happened my second year because my freshman year I hung out with these really, really cool people, and like all of them ended up not being able to pay for the next semester, so everybody left, and I was the only one there pretty much. And after a while, I was just like, kind of had the same problem you had. Everybody had established, their friend group already, and mine were gone, so it was kind of like starting over. I didn't really know anybody. Yeah. Everybody was just like high-bye situation. So I would just go in my room and, not do homework. But I guess I could have done that. But
like recluse.
Yeah, I just stayed in my room really. Or I drank a lot too, which is
by yourself?
No, I never drink by myself. But it was just something that I don't usually do a lot.
Yeah, just drink.
Like I go to parties and stuff, but that's the only time I drink. But I started like day drinking with my friends, going to class drinking. Just, like it was crazy. I wasn't an alcoholic or anything. It was just like
it's like college shit.
Something to do, I guess. To not be bored.
Yeah.
So I kind of ended up doing the same thing you did.
Were you ever working up there?
That's another thing. I didn't have a job up there either.
Okay.
Just because, for a few reasons, I felt like I couldn't do both, like study and work, because I've never done it, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I probably should have done it. It probably wouldn't have been as hard as I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's just kind of irritating. I was lifeguarding up there during that first semester period. And sometimes I just wouldn't even get up and go to work. I just like,
damn, we just waiting for you.
Yeah, not really.
Let them kids drown.
Irritating.
Oh, y'all can die today. Fuck that.
I mean, I don't know. It's just hard sometimes. But it's good and bad to everything. So I guess we'll get to that. What do you think causes negative thinking? Like, what are some underlying reasons?
That's
other people, like yourself.
A billion things.
I don't know.
I think negative thinking starts with yourself always, just because you're the only one that can let it happen. So it has to be you letting it in or creating the thoughts yourself.
Right.
I think it's just like people are programmed to not make mistakes. You got to be perfect. You got to do this. But obviously that's not true. So the minute like one thing screws up, you're like, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Or, blah, blah, blah. And then it spirals out of control for no reason. Because it's not a real thing. Like, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's imperfect. Right. So I don't really understand why we all think that. If we all know that none of us are perfect, why do we still strive for this unreachable goal and then get upset when we can't reach it, even though we can't reach it? We know we can't reach it. I mean, that's another thing I don't get. What about you?
Like you said, it's a myriad of things. For me personally, I just know it was like maybe some bad habits, like stagnation. It's not challenging myself either. Kind of giving up. Yeah. Giving up before you even like really started. Because you know how you can have a goal in mind, you just like kind of live out the goal in your mind.
And then you talk yourself out of it before you started.
Yeah, you don't even like walk out the door.
I think everybody does that, which is another terrible thing to do because none of us can see the future. We do that dumb shit anyway.
Yeah.
But I think everybody kind of has that thing. Well, not everybody, but I feel like I had that same thing in college. Like, it wasn't challenging to me. It was just like random things to do. It's just like, am I learning anything, or are you just telling me to do random things?
High school professors, like PowerPoints and shit like that. The moment everyone just had PowerPoints and it was just talking. Even in classes like with less than 30 students, so it's not even a lecture hall. Like I was just like, all right, let's see what this is. It's just
garbage.
High school again. Like I'm taking, what do they call those courses before you get to your major study courses?
Basic.
Prerequisite. Yeah, not gen eds.
Yeah,
gen eds. Oh,
I hate those.
Art history and. It's just like dumb shit. I took a class on how to study, which I get it, but it's just like, all right,
that's not a class. It's more like a club thing.
Can't this be optional? Like I'm good.
It's a little much.
Like a 1-credit class, 1.5, 8 a.m.
Wasting all my time.
Fucking 8 a.m. and shit. Like what the hell?
And I set myself up with them 8 a.m. classes. I definitely did.
But you just gotta know if you're gonna have that lifestyle.
Funny story. I missed my very first class in college because my roommate chose not to wake me up, even though we had the same time class. We both up at 8 a.m. It's 7:50 and she didn't wake me up. She just left. So okay, wow. But that's why she got kicked out anyway, because she wanted to be a bitch. But anyway, I think maybe that's a popular thing. I think a lot of younger people start having those feelings in college because you're away from home. You got to figure out everything pretty much by yourself. I know with me, when I'm at home, my mom kind of just shows me how to do everything, so it's a lot easier. But when you're out in college, like, you got to do it by yourself. It's just like, oh shit, I'm really out here by myself.
Especially on the money.
Yeah, and I was broke as shit.
Job,
hungry than a motherfucker.
Seriously.
Like, it was crazy. That probably helps with the depression too. Honestly, just feel like you're homeless, but you're not. Like, I can't eat, and I have to do all this work, and I'm not getting paid for it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That probably did not help at all.
Yeah, it can be even before college. I remember being 16 years old, maybe like 10th grade. That's when I was first like getting really in down moods.
Really?
Yeah, because like I was just starting to question like school entirely. Like, what am I doing? Like, why am I getting up every morning to come here and shit like that? That's when I got like my first C's. Period. Like first C's and D's and shit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like I was just like I wasn't up for it anymore. I wasn't doing my shit. Mom's getting mad at me and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, she beat me.
Your mother beat you when you were 16?
Yeah. Because my grades were bad.
Oh, God.
Like, that's not a solution. It's like a beat me. Like clearly something's wrong.
Just for everybody who knows, Malcolm is a pretty large person. I don't know what she really thought was going to happen.
Shit, she is pretty emotional. Like, she...
Just to pick, for everyone to picture, Malcolm, how tall are you?
6'1".
6'1", and he does like, he's a fitness junkie to the point where it's really fucking annoying.
How's that moving?
It's really annoying.
I have a lot of energy. I don't know what to do with myself.
This is what he does all day. He'll ask me, "What did you eat today? Did you drink enough water today?" Like, he does that type of shit. Like, get away from me. You're not my dad.
Everybody be eating shitty food. My bad for trying to watch out.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to watch out. Everybody.
I'm just saying. I'm giving the people.
We're gonna get to that later too. Like, that should be causing Let's get to it now. What be causing like negative moods? Our habits. We do a lot of shit that just puts us in this downward spiral.
Yeah, I mean it's like it's all us. Like, we know what we're doing.
Yeah, like
for the most, like,
truly. Besides
like tragic events and all that, like everybody knows you're doing the wrong thing. You know you're not supposed to go over there being with that person because they got negative energy, but you want to go over there and fuck around anyway.
Yeah.
And then you feel worse because you're like, why am I doing this to myself? And then you keep doing it, and then it's just like a vicious cycle.
I think one thing that's getting us nowadays is weed, man.
Weed.
Yeah, that shit's addictive. People don't think weed's addictive.
It really is, and people always say, "Oh, smoke's not addictive drug," and then you ask somebody who smokes every fucking day, and they be irritated, like if they don't smoke for 4 hours. I'm like, can you chill out? Can you really chill out? It's not that much. It's not that deep at all.
Seriously, it's like it's not the kind of addiction where it's like you feel in your body, you're like itching to fucking smoke or shit like that. It's like it's a mental thing. Like, if you smoke every day, you get up every day, you smoke, go to work, come back, smoke again, smoke with your friends.
Like that's
money out.
An addiction.
It's actually an addiction. Like, that shit sucks. That shit.
First of all, it's taking all your money. It's taking your time. It may prevent you from getting a job, keeping a job, meeting certain people. Like, it's,
if you get like baked and then wake up the next day, like your mood is gonna be lower, and that's what makes them want to smoke more. Because they're like, oh, this will probably pick up my mood or some shit. Like, it'll make me feel happier. Like, sure it will, but at what cost? Like, people don't be thinking like, at what cost?
I don't think it's like a gateway drug per se, but I do think by itself, it's its own thing. Like, it does enough. Every person I've met, like even in college, one of my friends, she just started smoking in college, and to this day, she smokes like 3 blunts every day. I'm like, first of all, where are you getting all this money from to support this? Because I'm broke. And then, like, how are you functioning throughout the day? But that's just me. I'm not a smoker. I smoked a few times and I didn't like it, so
yeah, it affects everybody differently. You be like out, I guess. I only smoked you once.
When did we smoke together?
Once. It was a
back
while
when you
ago,
lived in Crawford?
a year ago. Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember that.
That's not surprising. I think we were in a car.
I don't know. But when I smoke, I'm just like going. My brain is somewhere else. I don't know what the fuck is happening. So I didn't like it. So I just stopped completely. I don't know how people do it. Especially smoke and drive. Like, I would die.
That's my shit. I love it.
I can't do that. We will both
For
die.
me, when I smoke, it like opens up my mind. Like, it's great. First time I smoked, I was like reading like shit. I was like curious. I was like, like, let me actually just read about this shit I've been wondering about all this time. That's how I got into like conspiracy theories and shit like that anyway. But there's all types of shit we do to put ourselves in low moods. Food we eating, we hanging around. Just not going outside. We all stay inside so much nowadays.
That's true. Especially work.
Yeah. You mean staying inside for work?
Yeah. Like you wake up, you in the house, you walk to the car, you get out the car. That's the only time you're outside. You stay and work for 8 hours or however long. You get back in your car, drive back to the house. You've been outside for 4 times. For a total of 10 minutes.
Some manual labor type shit, like working in a restaurant or what you doing right now, like stocking and shit like that. Well, not in your case because you work early in the morning, but daylight just burns. I hate going into work and like the day's nice. I'm like, all right, cool. Can't wait to get out. You leave and it's nighttime and shit. It's like, God, I miss all the sunlight.
Yes.
I miss all the time that I could have had to like actually build something on my own.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing. That's like the main thing that motivated me to get out of the office job I had. It was a really good job too, but I couldn't stand it anymore. Mm-hmm. And it sounds like kind of dumb, but you know how like in the movies when people said they look out the window and it's raining and shit. Yeah. That was me like every day because my desk was right next to a window. I was just like picturing myself outside doing anything the fuck else. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this shit no more. I really can't. And it was a very good job too. It was like a whole government situation. I couldn't do it no more. I had to go. My life was just being wasted. I felt like
mind over matter and mind over money. My sister did the same thing.
What?
She it's just about how you feel. Like sure, the money's good, but that shit was jobs. That shit stresses you out.
It honestly does.
Bosses, coworkers. Coworkers are kids these days, man.
They really, and it's always the older people. I swear to God, it's always the older people that got a problem. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
It's nuts. Because they just be seeing people come in and out, like, you know, young folk or whatever, but they don't realize that, like, how you act, you know, determines the, what's it called? Layoff? Whatever?
The layoff.
Turnover?
You mean like managers?
People coming in and out.
Productivity?
No, it's like people coming up.
Starts with an R.
Yeah, I don't know. But
retention rate.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what it is. People stay at the job, you mean?
Yeah.
Besides like quitting and stuff.
Yeah, because I remember I worked at this place called Nukes. NEWK''S.
You gonna put them on blast?
I'm gonna put them on blast.
Go ahead.
And he had this one manager. We're gonna call him Noah.
It's probably his real name.
Dickhead. Dude was a dickhead. I'm talking like a monstrous dickhead. Like, what the hell is your problem? Like, I understand, like, you know, get your business, leave the emotions to the side, whatever. But this dude was just, like, bitchy. Like, like for no reason. Like,
you gotta give an example.
Like, somebody, I don't know. Like, somebody, for example, not making the pizzas fast enough or the sandwiches fast enough. Because, mind you, we don't go in there and get trained. We just go in there and just start working. So he'll just be literally standing there just, like, borderline yelling, "How you doing? You gotta do that. You going too slow." Just like for like 5 minutes straight. And I'm over here looking at him like, dude, you're like 40 something and you got like all this bitchy energy. Like, what's wrong? His wife would be calling sometimes, like near the end of the word, like, "Can I speak to Norman?" I'm like, "Yeah, Norman's wife calling."
You always put the name out at the end.
Fuck him. Fuck you. Fuck you, Norman. Noah Norman.
He's really in his feelings right now.
I'm like, nah. Food industry job, that shit scars you. Ask anyone else who's worked in food for like more than a year. That shit scars you. It's like people's humanity just leaves whenever like service is involved. They just don't think about it.
I don't think it leaves. I think just their true colors show. I think that's what it is.
They just don't understand. Cause they be thinking that they paying for shit, whatever. That, you know, yada yada yada. Anyway, but yeah, work, fucking family. I know growing up for me, I just wasn't shown the right shit. So my mind was kind of wired to handle stress in this way that bottles it instead of like handling it.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah, I didn't build a relationship with my emotional side until like recently, like last year to 2 years ago, when I started actually noticing my emotions and being like, oh shit, like I feel, you know, like I feel certain types of way and I need to like handle that. Yeah.
Is this a feeling I feel?
Reading this book now called Breaking the Male Code, Unlocking the Power of Friendship, Overcoming Male Isolation for a Longer, Happier Life by Dr. Robert Garfield. It's a good book. Because like usually for the most part, guys, we get taught to be like really stoic, something, you know, something,
barbarian,
laugh everything off. We can't really like
feel anything.
You know, get close to our guy friends so we don't feel like we can open up to them because otherwise we'd be like, oh shit,
no, he's a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Shit like that. Like that actually,
which is retarded because all y'all feel the same thing. I never understood, but
societal
that's between
stuff,
y'all.
sociology and things like that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not the same for women. Like the concept is the same, but with different things. Like, as far as women go, like of course women tell their close friends, like their actual friends, like everything. I feel like this, and he did this, and we did that, and blah blah blah. We all cry, whatever. But at the same time, there's like an unspoken rule that you can't like not be that way. Like, because I'm sort of like that. I say it like I don't think like a guy, but I think with, I don't know, like my brain, I guess. Like, no. Like, I'm more logical, I guess, than most women, I guess I could say. Just because of my father, that's how he is. That's kind of rubbed off on me. So women talk to me, my girlfriends talk to me. They're very like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not the type to show a whole lot of emotion to women for whatever reason. I don't know. But I'll just hit them with the like, okay, well, fuck that nigga, and let's move on. I don't get into the whole like, oh my God, do you need a hug? Do you need some tissue? Do you need all that? This and that. I mean, I care. I really do care. But I'm more to the point of, all right, how do we fix this shit? Which
rather than like swimming in it.
Yeah, which I think is more so a male thing. So that's always me. But I think I have the best of both worlds. Like, I feel it, but I don't let it take a hold of me to the point where I can't like move forward. Yeah, that's with other people's problem. When it's with me, then I'm flying off the fucking handle. I tell you that right now. That's just me. Yeah. But I
think also we don't talk to each other enough at all these days. Like, we're all, well, especially living in Maryland, DMV area, shit like that.
Maryland, shout out DMV.
Hey,
shout out 240, shout out 301,
Flowers.
Shout out 202. We out here, baby.
Largo. Oh, high school.
He's not even in Largo.
Used to live in Largo.
When did you live in Largo?
High school. Used to live right over there in Largo.
I must not have came to your house.
Near the boulevard. Anyway. Yeah, we don't be talking to each other, and I don't know, we, as people, we kind of treat each other as enemies. Do you feel that way? Like, our baseline approach to each other is like, what you trying
to do? Yeah, like, what are you here for?
Like side eye type shit. Like,
yeah, I think partially it's adaptation because this world is fucking crazy, and your brain is. I feel like every generation is getting a little more like, all right, I don't know what you about, so chill out.
Yeah.
Because there's crazy fucking people out here, and once you swallow every morning the news, some girl was pulled in the back of a van, and like, I'm like, I don't even want to walk down the street for real, because I don't know if this fucking 70-year-old man is trying to rape me in the bush, or if this fucking toddler got a knife in his backpack. Like, I'm just saying, it's that crazy now. So I think part of it is like protection, but the other part is definitely like insecurity. Like, I don't want that person to see like that I'm feeling this way. Mm-hmm. Which again is dumb because we all are fucking sad as shit.
I don't know what to say about it. I don't know. Because once I realized that too, like I realized that, actually realized that maybe like 3 years ago. And I was just like, why don't we talk about it? Like, why don't
that's
the one question that was on my mind for like months. Like, why aren't we talking? That's what really got me into my depression. Just like,
why is nobody saying?
Yeah, why is nobody talking? Why is nobody like I used to be like, you know how you can see someone is visibly like
upset,
like something's bothering that person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. When I notice that, usually I just like talk to them. I don't like try to put them out on the spot or like try to actually just like get them to like straight up tell me on the spot. I'll just say, hey man, like, what's going on? Like, yeah, you good? Like, how you doing? Like, blah blah blah. But like, nah. Used to be in like class visibly upset. Used to be just like walking around visibly upset with like so-called friends and associates, and they wouldn't really like ask me nothing to like talk to me about shit. So I just be like, stewing in my own shit for a while until I decided to like write and maybe try to talk to my mom here and there about things. Try to talk to other people. Yeah.
I think it's not that people don't talk to each other. I think that nobody's honest is what it is. That's really the only thing. And of course, the only reason they do that is because they're scared of what? I don't really know.
To express ourselves.
Yeah, but why though? Like, if we're all feeling the same thing, what is me speaking it gonna change it? You know?
It's kind of like you got a Band-Aid on. Like, the wound, it's really not that bad of a wound, but you don't want to show that wound because you think something's going to infect it. You know? I think it's that way with self-expression. Like, we feel bad inside, and so we're like, oh goddamn, like I don't know, like, goddamn, like I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to show anybody that.
That's another thing. Well, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, people have this addiction to feeling bad about themselves, and I understand the concept of it, but the why, like, why are we addicted to hurting ourselves? Like, why are we addicted to
we live in a
telling
society,
the story that I'm a bum and I'm nothing and blah, blah, blah.
We live in a society where we grow up seeing posters and shit, and are having our teachers and all, adults telling us, "Oh, be yourself. Just do what you want. Be yourself."
Lying. They don't want you to do that.
And then when we do, it's just like, "Oh, not like that though. Not like don't be yourself like that.
Right?
Be yourself like this.
Like this other person.
It's like okay, like, I can be myself, but once I'm myself, it's like people are looking at me weird, and people are like judging me and not allowing me to open certain doors in my life that they can help me open, maybe like getting a certain job, whatever, etc." But it's definitely one huge part of it. It's just like self-expression today, how we handle that. It's so boxed in.
Yeah. Like, even expressing yourself, you do it in a way that is making other people comfortable, which isn't
copying off other people. Really, we so fake.
We so fake.
We so damn fake.
Well, I don't know. I've always been pretty good at being myself, so I've always pride myself in that part.
Yeah, we both have.
Yeah, he's very.
You said this
himself.
You said this enough that
I'm just saying, like, until they meet you, they're not gonna understand. This man, real live, will make a whole show by himself, 30 whole minutes, a screenplay. He's just written.
Just talking to myself.
He's all the characters. He is every voice. He is the producer, the director, everything, everybody.
All types of accents and dialects.
Yeah, it's really a lot. And I judge him for it all the time, but he doesn't care because that's him, and I have my little. I don't want to say. What would you call it?
I don't know what you're trying to refer to.
Like, just my personality, and you're always like, why are you like that? You know what I mean? Like, I guess he would call it annoying, but I'm not actually being annoying. I'm just messing with him.
Oh, you mean like your random questions and shit?
Yeah, that's one thing I do. Like, every single time I see him, which is multiple times a week, I'll just be like, what if you went to sleep and you became a light bulb, and every time they turned you on, you were really screaming, but they couldn't hear you because your frequency was so loud. What would you do? I'm just like, I don't know, Sydney. I burst. Maybe I burst. And I can hear the annoyance in his voice. But honestly, I don't care. It makes me want to ask him more questions, honestly. But I know that that's something that I find amusing, so I'm not going to stop doing it just because he supposedly has a problem with it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck me.
Shut up. No, but that's something I think people really need to start doing. Just like
allowing themselves to be happier, I guess, right?
Not even be happy, but just do what feels right to you. Because in the end, like, I always, when I feel nervous, I'm like, oh, what if they don't like that? What if people don't like that?
Yeah, same. I'd be like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, you just got to get to that place where you just like, who really gives a shit?
One thing that really stuck with me, I think a lot of us have heard this before, but you think, like, you in your own head, when you're in a social setting, everybody else in their own head.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, everybody thinking about themselves.
Everybody's doing the same thing.
So I'd be like, oh, shit, like, I really want to talk to her over there. Like, she was over there standing and drinking her drink, whatever. I'm like, nah, like, what if I come off weird? What if I look weird? And then in my head, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Like,
yeah. And
I'm not going to know if I can just even have a conversation with this person unless I go over there and have a conversation.
Like, and chances are she's standing over there sipping her drink because she wants somebody to talk to her.
That's how I always think. Like, these people, everybody wants to talk. Everybody wants to talk. That's why you can
talk to them. Yeah.
Stand in the fucking bus, whatever. It's hot as shit. Everybody just on their phone. You can be like, woo, it's hot as fuck outside. At least two people can be like, yeah, it is.
I know, because they was waiting for somebody to say something.
Damn, they be expressive as fuck. I'm like, all right.
And then you start talking from it. Because, like, something I usually do all the time, because I hate when people act like they can't talk to each other. It's the dumbest thing in the world. Yeah. The dumbest thing in the world to me is if you be in a fucking building, right? And everybody's like spread out across the floor. As soon as you get in the elevator, everybody's quiet as shit. Nobody says nothing to nobody.
Staring at the numbers on the fucking screen.
Looking up, looking around, fake sneezing, fake fixing their jacket. It's like, nothing wrong with your jacket, nigga.
Time issues.
So every time, I did this even from back in college. Every time we got in the elevator, I would just wait like 3 seconds to see if anybody was going to say something. And I would just be like, so nobody won't say nothing? And everybody always found it funny. They're like, yeah, you know what, you right. How y'all doing? I'm like, can we act like people? Like, why are we acting like?
It makes everything so much easier. What the fuck? Just talk, smile, even just smile.
Yeah, honestly, like it's. And what is the thing with people like when you're walking down the street? People will avoid your eye contact at any means necessary. They will walk across the street just to avoid saying hi. Like,
look up in the air, look down.
Right, look at their phone not even ringing. What are you looking at your phone for? Just to put it back in their pocket as soon as they pass you.
Yeah. I be looking back.
Like, you wasn't even doing nothing. Like, just say something. The hell? I mean, the only thing I get is like after a while you tired of saying hi. Like, there's a lot of people. That's me. But if it's just like I'm taking a walk. Hi, how are you?
Like, just like a quick smile, quick head nod to a dude or whatever.
Like shit.
Whatever.
And if you're one of those people who, when people say hi to you, you don't say nothing.
Yeah, just nothing. I hate that.
You're a hoe. Just say something. There's nothing wrong with
it. Gets on my nerves every once in a while.
Just say something. They ain't want to jump.
Just the day when I was going to the little English school around here to volunteer. I guess she was just tired as fuck. It was hot outside that day. She was walking with kids. This older lady looking like she was in her 50s, whatever. Mm-hmm. They hold their hands with these kids in line, walk through the street, whatever, go around the block. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, I was just like, hey, I was like, hi. Mm-hmm. And she was like, just looked at me with like just blank face, just like looking at me, just walking, just looking at me for like more than like 2 seconds. So I just smiled and said, all right, and just kept going. I was like, I don't know what that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm the type of person, if you don't say nothing, I will say something back to let you know that I'm offended that you didn't say nothing.
He was like, all right, cool.
Like, this is like somebody would walk to me and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they don't say nothing. I'm like, all right, well, fuck me. Cool. Guess I'm dead. Guess I don't exist. That's fine. Yeah. And they usually start laughing after that. They're like, oh, my bad. And I'm like, nah, you ain't want to talk to me, right? And then, we end up having,
a fight. No.
Having a fight.
Yeah, fuck it.
No.
Square up.
No.
But nah.
No, that's one thing. I don't know what that's about. Like, what could possibly, unless you're having a bad day, which I get, but nobody's having a bad day that fucking often, that it's multiple times a day that you pass somebody who doesn't care enough to open their mouth, like, to say one syllable fucking word.
We just used to having our own space, like, our social lives, like, how we socialize in society these days is, like, changing radically. Like, sure, we still go out and talk and shit like that, go out and drink, talk to each other and shit, but in terms of just normal, everyday, human to human interaction, like near respect for each other, like it's transforming. It's kind of weird.
What do you mean, like it's dissipating, or?
Yeah, I don't know. It don't feel like we're as, I don't want to keep using the word happy, but it is. Content. It is what it is. Happy and content. We're not as joyful anymore. We're not as ready to talk and share with each other as we were in the past, I think.
I don't know. I might
Especially if you look around like footage of like the 80s and 90s and shit, people were like smiling more.
People was fucked up back then. That's what it was. Yeah, I mean, they was getting it in.
Still getting into the
I was just saying, like the 70s and 80s, that was a whole other situation. Yeah. Like, oh, all right. I don't even know what I would do if I was born in the 70s. I feel like I would have died.
Let's talk more about the whole concept of like we are not our thoughts, and like our thoughts may come from elsewhere, maybe like channeling certain shit, not even realizing that.
Right, because I'm such like a young mogul, an icon living, right? I listen to Oprah a lot, like when I'm driving and shit. I listen to Super Soul Sunday, and this dude came on. His name is Michael Singer, I think. And he wrote a book about basically how people think and how we interact with the world and stuff. And I had never thought about thinking this way, but pretty much he was explaining like the voice that you hear in your head isn't you. It's just your natural brain trying to help you navigate through this life. Because everybody knows there's a spirit inside the body. You're not just the body. So I never thought about it. So the example he used was like, if you see a vase on the table, the voice in your head is telling you, yeah, that's him. Just pulled up a picture. The voice is telling you like, oh, that's a nice vase. I like the shape. I like the color. I don't like the flower in it though. It reminds me of my grandmother. She died a long time ago. And all of a sudden you spiral into this whole other thing. But I know, right? That voice is not you. You are the one listening to the voice. So you're in control of what the voice says, how it, processes thoughts, how it does everything it does, which is kind of like a really freeing realization. Because when you think about it, as soon as you get those thoughts of I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, you can like step back from it and be like, wait, that's not me saying that. That's my brain, trying to convince me of whatever the hell. And you can stop it. Like you have the power to be like, wait, that's not true. That's not me. And that's something I think everybody should think about.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the concept of the ego and the id or id, however you're supposed to pronounce it. Mm-hmm. How I don't know. I think we're all pretty dualistic when it comes to our inner world, just like ourselves, our thoughts.
You might have to explain that a little more.
What should I say? You can definitely rewire and reprogram your thought patterns and just your mind, period. Yeah. Outside of just like habits and things like that, you can just every day take some time to meditate. And I think when people hear meditate, they think literally like this, like just literally.
They can't see you.
Indian style, index finger connected to your thumb, rest of the fingers extended, shit. Just, which isn't necessarily so. You can meditate by just taking a quick walk outside and just, I don't know, stepping away from all your anxieties and fears and shit like that, and just being at this level zone where you're just
quiet your brain.
Yeah, just
don't let the voice talk.
Just being really calm and just open. Because when you're anxious, walking around, low energy and shit like that, you're closing yourself off to many possibilities that can help you improve yourself or just learn.
Yeah.
Just learn some shit. And just be.
Or just let the shit go because it doesn't really matter.
Story of my life, man. Just let shit go.
That's another thing. A lot of people worry about things that don't really matter. Like, I get that, bills and all this stuff, money, all that stuff. But when you think about it, first of all, money is made up. So that's just the truth about it. Like, it's a fake thing. Somebody said this sheet of paper is worth something now. And then everybody
markets and shit like that.
Bought it.
Numbers and cycles.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. Not really. So I think once you can get to that point where you realize, okay, this is my human brain trying to navigate the situation. That's what's freaking me out. So let me take a step back from that and control the thoughts. Instead of thinking, oh my God, how can I pay for this? I can't afford this. I can't afford that. You got to take a step back, take a breath, and be like, okay, put your mind to work. All right, brain, figure this out.
Like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's really not that deep once you get to it. It's really not.
Yeah, usually not.
To me, one of the things that really helped me, like, because I did have a point where I just started freaking out about everything because I was like, oh my God, I'm getting older. I don't know where I'm going to go. What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? I just kind of took a minute and was like, all right, hold on. I swear to God, this is the thought I have every time. It's like, I could die tomorrow. So if I was going to die tomorrow, would I spend my time freaking out, panicking about something that wasn't going to matter anyway? That's the way I always bring myself back down. Because it's true. I mean, you could see your best friend today and tomorrow they're gone. That's how quick stuff happens. So that's a very humbling thing. It makes you feel not insignificant, but just like you're part of something bigger. That all this stress does not belong to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's something I use. So try using that if you're like really freaking out about some shit.
Yeah. I think even just going outside real quick, especially if you're in a pretty chaotic household, a loud place, like you just can't really get your own space, just go outside for a quick walk for 10 minutes, whatever, try to get off the sidewalk where a bunch of cars are, just go in the woods for a second, I don't know.
In the woods?
Yeah,
I wouldn't recommend the woods, but that's you.
We are a product of our environment, like, we didn't just come from nothing, like, we clearly live here on Earth, like, we get what we need to survive here from Earth. And I've never seen a tree uproot itself and say, "Fuck, I can't be here. It's not enough water," and just like just freak out. No, that tree,
too much.
Tree just makes it work. Tree be communicating with the other trees around it. They be sharing water and whatever.
Spread the roots. Let me find what I need. Let me branch out and see what else is happening over here.
Yeah, you'll never see anything in nature just freak out at its own reflection.
That's another thing I would say. If you're like one of those people who's dealing with anxiety or depression or anything like that, honestly, I would have to say just learn some, what's the word? Not biology, but we are connected to the earth in like infinite ways. Like if our body is 70% water, obviously water has something to do with what's going on here. So another thing I do is like, and my brain just makes these connections for whatever reason. I'm like, okay, if I'm 70% water, that means... Oh, no, matter of fact, it's probably you're a better person to talk about it. The whole astrology thing with the moon and the tides and all this stuff. Like, it affects you.
Spirituality and things like that. Like, we're not just human beings. Mm-hmm. Science is cool. I'm not going to sit here and, like, refute science and shit like that, but it is a man-made study of logic and, like, a bunch of things that we just connect and we just make up words and shit for things that already exist. Like, and
so that we can understand it.
Yeah. And that's cool and all, but we can't get caught up in this physical shit. Like,
because it's not real.
It's not. It's really not. This shit is so big it blows my mind sometimes. Uh-huh. Especially if I get fucking baked. I'm just like sitting there like, God damn, like, why am I spending so much time not being? Why am I spending so much time not being? Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And once you get to that point too, where you realize that that your life is so much bigger than the stuff that's around you, then that's another thing where you can let go of some of that stress, let go of some of the crazy thoughts you're having, because you're like, oh, wait a second. This stuff don't even really matter because this is the big picture. I can worry about the big picture. And once you got the big picture, it's like a billion times easier to focus on that little minor stuff that you got to take care of. Right. It's really, really, really
and
easy.
All this isn't to say, like, get over it instantly. Like, just start thinking this way and then boom, oh my God, everything's just better. Like, nah, everything takes time. Like, there's so many layers to peel back with your own personality and your relationships with, you know, your own parents and just whoever you're around every day.
And even yourself, too. Because sometimes it's just you.
Usually,
you just be tripping for real.
Usually, yeah. We would just be projecting and shit and just picking up stuff that we really don't need to pick up from other people.
Very true. And that's another thing. Once you realize, like I was just saying about the big picture thing, like we're all the same. Like at the base level, I mean, like we all have the same fears, the same, you know, worries, same joys, this, that, and the third. So when you think about it, the only reason somebody is saying something to you is because of something that they're thinking. Yeah. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's just, you know, them. Like, let's say somebody just got out of like a crazy ass relationship. The dude was beating on her, this, that, and the third, and you go to talk to her. She's like, get the fuck away from me, blah, blah, blah. It's not you. It's just
her.
Something that happened to her. And
gotta handle it.
You know, until she works it out. Yeah. That's how she acting right now.
Usually, when people don't usually like get mad at me in public, or I end up having like a small feud, whatever. But usually, when I watch people like arguing in public or just in a bad mood and just, you know, making one bad decision leading to another, just in the most subtle ways, like just their attitude, honking at people and shit. I usually just take that as a lesson for myself. Like, okay, that's how I might look when I'm in a bad mood. Someone's like trying to talk to me and I just have a frown on my face, whatever. Like that's how I look. Like I look like I'm not. No, like I'm not. I'm not here right now. Like I'm somewhere in my mind and just
in a very angry place and just letting it out.
Yeah, just like creating events that do not need to happen. Like I'm creating my own bullshit.
You know what it is? Maybe like if let's say somebody's angry, whatever, they create the situation where they can continue to be angry.
Right.
I think that's
always. I've always seen that growing up.
Yeah, I just kind of made that connection just there. Like, okay, that makes sense then. So like if somebody, I mean, it's very tragic, of course. Like if somebody dies or something, they're gonna put themselves a lot of times in a space where they can continue to be sad. They're always gonna they're gonna talk about it all day, think about it all day, talk to the people who lose it, this, that, and third, until the point where you can't get out of it. You just want to be sad. It's just like okay.
Especially when it comes to drinking, working at that bar, I've seen so many people who are just like in this loop of just not getting it. I guess I don't know. This one dude in particular is. I'm gonna stop naming. I'm just gonna
you really won't, because you always say it in the middle of the thing.
There's one dude in particular who was just like, at some random moments, just like mention how his wife like took the kids and like how he's like really mad at that. Like you can just feel it and see it. And like sometimes he just like throw it out there and it's like, all right, dude, like we get it, but why the fuck are you talking about this? Maybe just stop drinking for a day
and just figure that shit out. How about that? So you can actually not be upset about it anymore.
Yeah.
That's another thing. People just will wallow forever. That's another thing I don't get. Like, how do we become addicted to making ourselves feel bad? Like, it doesn't.
You remember I told you how like we feel like we deserve something off of that? Like we feel like we get stuck in this mode where it's like, oh God, like he owes me for this. She owes me for this. Like I'm not going to get over this until I get what I deserve from this person.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Until I get this apology or whatever. Like things that really aren't going to happen. Like we just like are waiting. Standing there waiting.
Or for attention or for whatever the case is. They want to go around and tell this sob story so everybody be like, oh my God, what do you need? You need a hug, blah, 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 blah. Like, stop doing that shit. Because, first of all, you just look pathetic. I'm just going to say, honestly, I love y'all, but you look pathetic, and I'm not going to cry for you. I'm really not. Especially if it's been a long time. Like, somebody in my family, I'm not going to say who it is because this is a very close person, but they are quite old at this point. And a long time ago, they had issues with their husband, infidelity, this, and that. He's been dead for about 40 years. And she is still upset. Like, she lashes out at everybody. Oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. And this, that, and the third. She ain't never been with nobody else besides this man, mind you. After him, I mean. And she's just, like, bitter and mean and just cross. And it's crazy. And then, of course, over time, it gets worse and worse and worse because it's been sitting in your spirit for so long. It just, it starts to grow. And I just don't understand that. Like, how could you see this big, beautiful life and just be like, fuck it. Let me just not give a shit about it. Like,
it's like this one little spot.
Yeah. I don't understand it at all.
It sucks.
At all. Another thing is with the whole negative thinking thing, I think people don't see the world for what it actually is. Like,
what is the world actually?
To me, it's a playground to me. It's like, this is not real. This is like...
It's really not.
The things we do down here are not like...
It's not real. It's just not.
Don't matter. Like, of course, don't kill anybody and stuff like that. That's what hurt your soul. But, like, it really doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't. Like, once you, like, understand that concept of, like, okay, once we die, and I'm believe in God and all this, once we die, we in heaven, whatever, we're going to be up there forever. So why am I spending this tiny morsel of time being, like, unhappy about anything? Like, and all of it is a choice. So once you change your perspective, I think everything is just open. Like, everything is open. Like, to me, like you said, you're a product of your environment to go take a walk, this, that, and the third. Like, it's like that's true, of course, but there's so much more you can do with that. Don't just take a walk in your neighborhood. Go drive 2 hours down the road and go to the ocean. Go just wherever you want to go. Like, you don't have to stick in this little box because the box ain't even real. Y'all just made the box. And you saying, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, take a second and ask yourself for real, like, why can you not? Why can you really not do that?
Usually it's like fear. Fear stuff. Like, it's not even necessarily true, but we just kind of go off in our minds like, oh, shit, I want to do this, but I can't really do that because first I got to do that, then I got to do that. All these checklists.
To me, fear is not a real thing. It's just like, it's a made up thing. To me, it's a made up thing. That's just what I believe. Because we all know we're going to die at the end of this, so what are you actually afraid of happening? Like, even if you do somebody wrong and it has a chain effect, whatever, we're all going to die. Like, and it's not all on your shoulders. Like, it's going to be over one day, so.
I see fear like a person with like a bunch of doors in front of them. Like, these doors are unlocked. Like, they just open them. They see the bright shining light and maybe some darkness too, because that's life. Life is both things. But like, they'll walk up to each door and like they'll have the key for it. They'll just like lock it, lock that door, lock that door, lock that door. Put a big ass bolt and chain on that door because they just don't want to touch that.
But why though?
Fear.
But I mean, like, what is fear to you? Like, what
is fear to me? Fear is like, not wanting to move, being too comfortable or like too complacent, too familiar with how you feel, and not ready, not being, not willing to like grow. I don't know.
Take your time.
Just the unwillingness to like experience, just like be you. I don't know.
I guess, but I don't understand like logically what it is. Like to me, of course, the number one fear is like public speaking, which is retarded to me. But I heard, yeah, because it's like it's not like skydiving or like snakes, things that can actually harm you. Like, but it's public speaking, which
Exposure.
which I heard from someone, I forgot who it was, that it's not conforming. Like you're not part of the group. Everybody's looking at you. All eyes are on you. But isn't that a good thing?
It is.
You know,
great.
That's what I mean though. So like, how is me standing up and talking to people who ain't no different from me, who's born the same way as me, who all gonna die like me?
If your mind is in your mind, you're gonna feel that way. Like people are looking at you, and you're looking at yourself. Like you're just
like, what do they see? What's wrong? What
Instead of like people are looking at you, and your mind is like, I don't know, out on the stage alongside you. So you're like seeing yourself like, damn, yeah, I'm the shit. I look good. I'm prepared. You know, like I'm ready to go. Like these people want to hear me speak. Obviously, they're standing here.
Yeah,
and if they don't, fuck them. They're gonna hear some shit.
That's the way I think. To me, it's like, okay, ain't nobody in this crowd better than I am, and I'm pretty fucking amazing. So like,
fuck y'all.
It's not even a fuck y'all. It's just like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's fuck it up. What's good? What's poppin'?
That gets me going. Me and my friend, we created the fuck it philosophy. We just be like, Christian, me and my dude. I've known this dude for years. We just be doing shit. Be like, man, you wanna go over here real quick? Yeah, fuck it. Like,
yeah, fuck it.
Like, we ain't gonna do it unless we do it. So fuck it.
I think everybody should do that. Just don't take life so seriously all the time, because you're all gonna die.
We're dead.
Like, honestly,
we're already
there's
dead.
no point in taking this shit seriously. I think everybody should take that saying literally. Well, it is literal, but like, what is it? Like, live like you're dying.
Oh, YOLO, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's you only live once.
YOLO.
Okay.
Same concept.
Yeah, but it's like it could end literally at any time. While I'm talking right now, I could drop dead on the ground right now. So why would I spend my time? Shut up. Why would I spend my time being like, oh, should we do this podcast? Maybe we should. What if they don't like what we say? What if we don't like what we do? What if we're too young?
Let's just stop it here. Let's just,
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like, no, this shit is stupid. Like, go out and do you. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. And if you think about it, some of the strangest, most different people are the people who, like, have the most success. Honestly, like, in my opinion, like, I always go to Prince because it's like, nobody dresses like this. That man was like, I'm going to dress like a woman if I want to do it. Y'all going to like this shit. And everybody fucked with it. And now he's, a legend. Of course, he's dead now, but that's the whole point. He's dead now. So what if he had thought, oh, what if they don't like this outfit? What if they don't like my hair or blah, blah, blah? What if I'm too short? Prince wouldn't be here. Nobody, we wouldn't have that music. So I think everybody has, of course, a gift inside of them, a lot of gifts. So it's your job. Let that shit out. Like, we want to see it, motherfucker. Yeah. And of course, it's going to be haters out there, but they only hating on themselves. So don't take that shit personal.
One great concept that helped me open up personally. Well, I've always been open, but one thing that kind of helped me be more self-aware about the openness and like accepting it and enjoying it more. Like unconventionality, what I'm really talking about. It's like it takes individuals to be in a group. You can't have a group of people who are the same person. Sure. Otherwise, it's a hive mind, and that's just like that just leads to, I don't know,
this
extremism and just like just like dumb shit, hyper normalization things.
That's what it seems like it's happening now.
Yeah. So like you have to be yourself in order to be with others. Because if you're just trying to be everybody else that you're around, you're not gonna. You're nobody at that point. You're not.
Yeah, like where are you?
You're
at?
a husk. You're just
like, what were you born for? Like
a vessel for someone else to just like use for real.
If you're gonna be afraid of anything, be afraid of not being yourself.
And you were asking like, what's the point of fear and things like that. I used to write about this. Like one of the points of like fear and just like I guess like hesitation is like just to show you what is quote unquote wrong and how you can improve it, but we can like take that energy and like
use it to push.
Like halt ourselves instead of using it to push. Like we'll see a stop sign and just like stop forever instead of stopping and looking left and right before you continue. Like I think that's the point of like negative thoughts and like depressive mind states. Like, and it may be hard for like some people to hear. Some people are like clinically diagnosed with depression. Like their mind just kind of works that way, more or less.
I don't want to. Okay, here's my thing.
I feel the same way. Like I don't necessarily
believe that. I don't believe it.
Not necessarily.
The human mind is such like a powerful thing. We don't even understand the whole mind. So you telling me that you can't change the way your brain works and just not do that shit? Like you can't choose to be like, okay, what if it does work? What if it does turn out right? You can't do that one thing. Like, I mean, of course, there are real like brain situations but depression to me it's a developed thing. Like nobody is born depressed. So the same way you thought yourself into it, you can think yourself out of it. Just because you thought it to the point where something snapped in your brain, well, unsnap that bitch and put it back to where it goes. Because just like you said, you was depressed and we sitting here putting out podcasts about negative.
I wouldn't say like people aren't born depressed. Like I don't know. There's a lot of
how
aren't. I say are.
You saying
I'm saying people are like some people are.
Who's born depressed? Like a newborn.
You can read about neuroscience things like that. Like some babies can be born with like it's like deficiencies in dopamine, endorphins, shit like that. So they're just like kind of wired to just be kind of low and not really willing to do
I don't know if I believe that.
But of course, they can. Everybody can be reprogrammed. Anything can be reprogrammed. That's the whole point of technology is like taking the life around us and like I don't know.
Yeah, and even without technology, like people do amazing shit all the time. Like you seen that video of the dude with no arms and no legs? He a whole swimmer. like any other person would have been like, well, fuck that. I'm just gonna go die in a corner. Like, but he made the choice to be like, you know what? I'm not gonna think like that. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and he out here doing it. And
it all just starts with choice.
Yeah, and people sitting out here complaining, oh, I can't, start this business.
People be hating their jobs. People be hating their jobs. I was like, okay, dude, you don't have to be here.
That's the thing. Stop telling yourself you can't, what you can and can't do. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, jobs are not real. Like, it's just like
misery loves company. People will be
crazy
in their own shit. And they'll see you feeling good, and they will like want to drag you down too. It's like, no, I'm not coming down there with you. Like, you got something going on.
Yeah, like
you need to work your shit out.
Why don't you come up with me? How about
seriously?
That? You tripping. That's another
way
thing.
Too hard.
Like, I really wish people would like understand. Of course, it's the whole fear thing. Like, why would you choose? Like I said before, you given this big, beautiful life. All this time belongs to you. Everything belongs to you. Why would you give up 8 hours of your time that is priceless every day to do something that you absolutely hate doing?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me. And people think like, oh, it's just 8 hours a day. Like, no, it's really not. It's like 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for the rest of your fucking life. That's a whole lot of fucking time.
Seriously, just giving it away.
Exactly. And another thing is like once you have families and stuff like that, kids, wife, husband, all that stuff. To me, that's the most important thing besides yourself. So I don't understand how people make their job, this thing that they cannot stand doing, the number one thing. Like, I do not understand that.
It's just about where we live. Money and shit. Like, it's just about where we live. Like,
yeah, but there's literally all you have to do is pick up a fucking computer and be like, all right, what's another way I can make money? Just you can have a job, but make it something that you like to do. It's not even like I'm saying be homeless and whatever the fuck. Why don't you just switch jobs and do something that you actually want to do? Like, to me, that seems pretty goddamn simple. Like I said before, the job I had before, I mean, it was a good job. It wasn't for me, though. It was a little too strict. I'm more of a free-spirited person. I like to move around. I hated the desk job. My ass hurt all the time.
Can't be creative.
It was too much. Right. It was spreadsheets and,
Boss is coming up. Oh, you're doing that shit. Why did you do that? It's like, get the fuck away from me before I kill you.
Wow.
You're a human being, dog. You know who you're talking to? Like, another human being.
Exactly. That's another thing.
People be losing their shit.
Stop seeing people as bigger and smaller. Like, we're all the fucking same. Like, we're all the fucking same. Like, stop. Even your mom, your dad, your grandma, They all got issues. I'm not saying be disrespectful or anything, but they got the same thing you got. So, like, you know, just, like, that's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. And that can help with, like, a lot of things, even as far as, you know, everything, like, everything, like, safety, like, as far as, I'm not saying this is people's fault, of course, but to me, and I'm guilty of this because that should be scaring me sometimes, like, creepy dudes out here, instead of seeing it, okay, like, this nigga's psycho, I gotta get away from him, he's gonna kill me. Look at him like, this is another fucking person.
Right.
With the same flesh, the same blood that I got. I'm about to fuck this nigga up. Because we the same, and I'll be damned if he gonna beat me and take me into a van or some shit like that. That's how you really gotta think about it sometimes. It really is. It really, really is.
Yeah.
Oh, and that brings me to another point, too. As far as negative thinking, I had this one a lot. Because I got to go sidebar for a second. But I told Malcolm this, like maybe a month or two ago, that when I was about 13-ish, maybe a little younger, I had already kind of established like who I was as a person. Like there was no question about it. I just was who I am. I like this. I don't like this. I will tolerate this. I won't tolerate that. That's it. But because I was so young, a lot of older people, because they hadn't experienced the same thing, told me, oh, you don't know anything. You don't know any better. You're only this. You're only that. And after a while, it kind of sunk in. I'm like, what if they're right? What if I don't know anything? Which was a terrible thought to think. But it kind of penetrated a little bit. So I got to the point where I started questioning myself and I started doubting myself, which a lot of people still do. Mm-hmm. To the point where I didn't want to do anything because what if I did it wrong? What if I didn't do it right? What if,
Yeah, what if it's not supposed to be?
What if I'm not supposed to do it at all? What if I am supposed to do it? What if, like everything. And then all these questions pop into your mind and the whole anxiety thing comes about, blah, 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 blah. But as far as negative thinking, I think it's a point to listen to people despite who they are. Like,
oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, because I was so young, they just decided.
They don't just write people off.
Yeah, they just decided in their mind that I didn't know anything. They just made that up and then projected it onto me.
Kids have so much insight and shit.
They really do. It is crazy.
Always have.
You can't tell a kid nothing.
Seriously.
And stop being upset because like I don't want that. They just tell you, okay, I don't want that. Like it's not.
That's okay. It's not
disrespectful. It's just like
unless they like not trying to
you, mom. Yeah, like,
eat dinner or some shit. Like we're being reasonable. We're not saying like your kid's the boss or some shit.
Yeah, no, of course not. But if you take them to the store and shit, they like, okay, well you can get one thing, and they pick something. Don't tell them they can't get it because that's what they want. It's like a phone or some shit. Don't do that, of course. Mm-hmm. But like nurture the things that they say instead of like chopping it off. Yeah. Just investigate it, discover it, figure out like what it's all about because that's who they're gonna turn out to be in the end. Because when we're kids, we're at like our most purest, I guess.
Yeah, truly, we are. Yeah, we're so full of energy and we're not tainted by anything.
Yeah, yet, negative thoughts. Yeah, no, right?
Sadly, I gotta say yet.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a note everybody can take. Listen to kids sometimes because, like, they're just telling you the truth. They're not, they don't have any ulterior motive. They're just being them.
Yeah, besides to honestly just live.
Yeah, just like do what you want. They just be out here, man.
Honestly, kids are kings and queens. They be getting born. We be waiting for them, get their bed, feeding them, shit like that. Service.
Honestly.
Serving our kids.
Honestly. Of course, you got to guide them and all this, that, but like, I feel like we all had that point when we were kids. Like, you wanted to do something, your parents was like, no, don't do that. Or they just suggested, maybe you should try this, or I don't know about that, and blah, blah, blah. But of course, that's based on the parents having their own fears about your life and their life and this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's a good point to take away. Just listen. Like, don't write people off.
You can learn so much from anything, especially nowadays. Internet, dog.
Yeah,
people really be walking around. Oh, I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know that. And they'll be on their phone. All you see is Snapchat, Instagram. It's like,
bitch.
Search bar.
Like, honestly.
Search bar. Read about it.
There's no excuse for anybody not to know anything.
Everything's so condensed. You don't gotta sit there for hours and really read something to understand it. Like, if you really want to get into it, fuck yeah, do that shit. But if you just want to, like, understand it a little bit, just take 10 minutes to read 3 paragraphs on Wikipedia even.
Yeah, go get a book. Go just, talk to someone. Like, it's here. It's
public libraries.
It's all here.
Right here.
Honestly. And even that concept I just mentioned about the whole, like, you're not your thoughts and everything, that clip was like 4 minutes. And it changed my whole perspective on thinking. That's all it took right there. So honestly, like, get out of the rat race. It's not it's not necessary at all. Like, you can be happy. You can live your life the way you want to live it. You don't have to compromise everything. You really don't.
What are some outside of, like, your own personal experience as well, what are some good solutions over time that you think help get you out of your negative ruts?
Get you out of negative thinking. There's plenty of them. To me, the main thing is just do things you don't usually do. That's it. Like, instead of seeing a poster up of a class you want to go to, instead of being like, oh, well, it's too far away and blah, 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 I got to do this and that. Just do it.
Maybe next
Just
time.
do it. Just do it. Like, it's little things like that will open you up so much. That's what I started doing. I signed us up for a class that's like next week, and I've never been to one. And I always see them. I'm like, I want to go. But I never did it for whatever reason.
So you signed me up too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And for I told you that.
No, you just told me to check it out. You never told me to sign me up for it.
Oh, well, we don't. But anyway, the whole point is just, like, branch out. And it doesn't take as much work as you think. Like, you don't even have to go somewhere sometimes. Just,
that shit always pays
say
off.
yes to things sometimes.
I can't remember the last time I just, like, on a whim decided to do something. Because I was like, let me just try it out. And just regretted it.
Yeah, and it was just the most
really
fucked up experience of your life. Like,
I've always, like, met some great people and came away with something.
Yeah.
Always.
And the second thing is probably just having more open mind. Like, don't be ready to shut everything down immediately. Right. Just take a second to be like, all right. Just think about it. Just like, instead of somebody coming up to you like, hey, this, and that. Instead of be like, oh, no. Just think about it for a second. Like, just hold on. It's just, like, what's the worst that could happen if you process this thought for like 30 more seconds? Like, nothing. Nothing at all.
We're so afraid of rejection too. The word no, that really be fucking with us.
You think so?
Hell yeah. Like, we'll write ourselves off before we give someone else a chance to even write us off.
That's true.
Quote unquote write us off.
Wait, before we get to that, you gotta answer the question too. What are some tips?
Yeah, just like experience some shit. Unconventional. If you've never smoked weed before, you just want to try it out. Don't get caught up in it. Like, please don't. Be like, don't get blunted every day and shit like that. It's not worth it. Like, maybe at first it's cool, but you'll know what I mean. Like, it just wears down on your mental so much after so long, and you'll think that you're okay, but you're really not. Just the weed just be talking to you, I swear. And honestly, try some drugs out. Try some.
I don't condone this.
Seriously,
I don't condone this.
Do your research on it, of course, because like I did my reading before I decided to try out LSD, and like I'm still open to shrooms. I haven't had that yet, but that shit helps you understand your subconscious and like just help you see how you feel out in the world and helps you understand what's going on a little more.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
I would think the opposite, because I would think like if somebody has like a shaky mind, this is the only word I can think of, I would think that using mind altering drugs would make it worse because it's already unstable. Not necessarily. Not
necessarily, no.
Well, I don't condone it, but do what you want. It's your life. Just please be careful because it's very easy to.
Besides LSD, like mushrooms, these things are of nature. Like these things are communicating with us on a biological level and like help expand our minds and like see things different. Like sure, you're tripping out, and if you want to be more scientific about it, like sure, you're just like putting things into your brain and it's like messing with your chemistry, and then you're like having these experiences based on physical things happening. But physical is a reflection of the more metaphysical and like spiritual things happening anyway.
Yeah, everything physical is just like the manifestation of a thought, pretty much.
Like one thing, I forgot who like said this. I don't think anyone said this. I think I was just thinking about this one day. Like the word seconds, like how we count time in seconds. It's because it's happening second. It's happening like after something that's initially happening first.
ND, like second.
Like second.
Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah.
Like words. Like I can go in on one podcast one day. It's just about words, like English. Especially.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Words are crazy. We don't know what we're saying.
I'm a word junkie.
We have no idea what we're saying. Just the history of words, and like their influences, and you know. But
even the word history, like his story.
Story. Yeah. Even just like high story. Things like
high
that.
Story.
Yeah, just like high story.
Yeah.
But yeah, just. Don't be afraid to think differently. Don't be afraid to be a little unconventional.
Just do you.
You don't have to take my advice on drugs and substances.
Yeah, that's
true.
Maybe I would say like at the very least stick to natural things.
Right.
Man-made shit is. I'm convinced it will fuck you up.
It's truly is.
Because everything man-made is imperfect, so I wouldn't put it into my natural body. Something that is unnatural. That's just me.
There's always
besides like junk food.
There's always some like ulterior reason or motive to why things are being pushed out and like popular like instantly. Like something just new pops up and it's like already popular. There's always a reason for it. I never trust that type of shit.
Getting into the whole Illuminati situation with him. I don't believe in it. Well, I don't believe in it the way he believes in it. But shut up.
The way people say it, it's like, oh, Illuminati. It's like, yeah, that's one group that you guys know. There's so many. Whatever. There's so many groups of like powerful, quote unquote powerful, like money people who can just like control things, like, snap their fingers and make things happen.
I believe that.
But the Illuminati is like the one mainstream thing that's like pretty much a big joke by now. Triangles, things like that. There's all this symbology and sigils and things that we just don't know about. And we're not supposed to because it's not for us. We're in terms of the hierarchy of people, we're in the bottom right now. And you got people who are higher up, like. Fucking with things like you turn on the news and you hear, oh, China didn't decide anything. The people who are supposedly running China, quote unquote, running anything over there, decided, quote unquote, to do something and like change a rule and make a law and prohibit certain things. So it's very hard for me to believe anything on first impact,
Yeah, first reading.
Yeah. I always look further into it.
Even that is like an example of like opening your mind, because most people will hear that and be like, "Oh, he's crazy. He's
Oh, he's not. I don't know what you're talking about. But did you read anything? Did you try it, or are you just talking?
Yeah, that's another thing. Another thing, I hate when people do this shit. Like you'll say something to somebody like, "Oh, I want to do this," and the first fucking thing they say, "You sure you want to do that? It's hard. It's this, it's that." These niggas ain't never done a goddamn thing about it. You don't even know what it is. What are you talking about? Stop listening to these niggas.
No clue.
Like my family does this shit all the time. I can't lie. Like.
Next time someone do that, be like, "Oh, what do you know about it?" They ain't gonna say shit.
Not a goddamn thing. They're gonna make up. Oh, I heard on the radio.
I heard this and that. I heard this and that. Everybody hear the same shit. Did you actually discover anything though?
Did you actually do anything?
Everybody hearing, nobody learning.
Exactly. That's another thing that always gets on my nerves. As far as like negative thinking, I hate I'm really passionate about like ageism. I hate the word millennial now because people just use it.
Yeah, they just use it.
It's so fucking annoying.
Millennials.
Oh, these millennials. Shut the fuck up. Seriously. It's too much. Like
the world's changed every generation.
Exactly. And as soon as I open my mouth, they're like, "Oh, you're so smart. You're so mature for your age." Oh no, fuck that. Because just a second ago, you had a whole lot of shit to say about me, right? I hate when people do that. Yeah. Hate it. Gets on my fucking nerves. But if you're like a younger person, I think more so to the point of the whole negative thing. Like, do you? Like, of course, there's older people out here who, know certain things because they've been here longer. But if it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. If it feels right to you, do it. Don't let anybody stop you. Just do whatever you want to do.
Be like Elise from Insidious. Just do
it. What?
If you know you're seeing spirits and hearing shit, just do you. Your dad beating you, just
shut up.
Just try to
we watched that last night.
Keep doing you.
Anyway.
Also, I haven't talked about this yet. Definitely write, like, to yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely just write. take if you're not that much of a writer or whatever, just once a week. At the end of the week, just write about how you felt that week. Write about what you did, your goals. If you know, be honest with yourself. Sometimes you gotta show yourself. Yeah. Sometimes I just open my book up and I just be like, all right, you know what? Like, what was that, dude? Like, sometimes I write in like third person. I'll be like, Malcolm, like you need to get your shit together. Like that wasn't cool. You had your opportunities and you just didn't take it. Yeah. For what? Because you're scared of something. You can't be scared of something that doesn't exist yet, man.
That's a good point. That's a good fucking point. People scared of shit that ain't even happened yet. You don't even know what's going to happen. You ain't no fucking psychic. You don't know what's going to happen.
But writing definitely helps you just, first of all, express it. Because if you're not going to talk to anybody, talk to yourself. If you're not going to talk to anybody else about what's going on, talk to yourself.
And be honest.
Seriously.
Like, be all the way honest. Don't do that shit that everybody do. They be like, well, I tried to do this, blah. You know you could have done more than what you did. Don't lie about that shit.
Seriously.
Like, you know, if you upset about something, you angry at somebody, your ex-boyfriend got a new girlfriend, you mad as shit, you don't want to admit it. Admit that shit to yourself, because you're going to be sitting there. No, because people do that all the time. People, like, act like they're not mad at somebody just so they can seem like the bigger person. Just admit it. Just say it.
Get it out. You deserve to be upset. When things happen to you, you deserve to be upset. But don't get caught up in it. But you deserve to feel how you feel.
Exactly. Like, don't make it to the point where you are trying to be this perfect person that you just fucking up your life. Just, you know, we all do it. Everybody fucks up. And technically, it's not even a fuck up. Everything, I believe, everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. So he was supposed to cheat on you. She was supposed to die, whatever the case may be. Because at the end of it, it's something else. So don't even, like, worry about it. You know, go beat that nigga ass and then be done with it. That's what I say.
It goes as what I was saying last time. Do you still disagree with this? Nothing is anyone's fault?
No, I still disagree with that. Because the thing is, everybody has choice. Okay. It's free will. If y'all didn't watch the last episode or listen to the last episode, listen to it. Because this motherfucker said, if a guy cheats on his girlfriend, it's not his fault. Fuck that. That's a goddamn lie.
And vice versa. I'm not saying guys can just walk around cheating.
But it has to be somebody's fault. We gonna digress if we get into that. But I'm just saying.
But yeah, not only does it help you like express yourself to yourself, or like, you know, you can pretend like you're writing a letter to whoever fucked with you, but also it just helps you see how you feel and like helps you approach yourself in a different way, from a different angle. Because you start to realize you're a person, you know. You stop.
Or remember you a person.
You can be really tough on yourself sometimes. Like I know I can be sometimes. Like,
yeah, you need to chill the fuck out. Yeah, sometimes. You be tripping off like a whole lot. Sometimes, it's really a lot. A lot.
There's a purpose for everything, though.
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes the purpose is just because you keep doing it. You know, I'm just saying, not you personally, just in general. But ow. Shit.
Yeah, I don't really got nothing else to really say about it.
We gotta do closing remarks, just overall.
Oh, let me tell you guys about some books. This is one book I got from the library. It's a long ass title.
The library or the library?
Library. Oh, okay. It's called The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck. And there's this long subtitle too. How to stop spending time you don't have with people you don't like.
That's another good point.
With people you don't like. Doing things you don't want to.
Let me read it, because you're tripping.
Nah, like just the grammar of it doesn't make sense. How to stop spending time you don't have with people you don't like, doing things you don't. Okay, I get it. Okay. I don't know.
I think it needs a comment.
I think so, yeah. That's by Sarah Knight. I told you about that one book, Breaking the Mail Code, Unlocking the Power of Friendship by Robert Garfield.
Oh, we got something about
I haven't cracked this book open yet, called Courage, Overcoming Fear and Igniting Self-Confidence by Debbie Ford. There's this one last book that I'm trying to find. I'm going to put that in the maybe comment section or description once I find it. But it was this book that really got me understanding about it's about not fearing rejection. Hold on, let me try to find this shit right now.
And while he's finding it, the one I was talking about with Michael Singer is called The Untethered Soul. So that's the only one with a simple title. That's a really good one. Fear of rejection. Very good, very good.
But yeah, I read those two books. The Not Giving a Fuck and the one about fear and rejection last summer. I can't only read during the summer, but I tend to only read during the summer period for some reason.
You can only read in the summer.
After
the
that,
brain doesn't work the rest of the season.
Truly, just like after that, I just don't really care to read. I do more listening, like I don't know, reading online rather than books. I mean, but yeah, just read, get some good ideas in your head. You know, you spend some You may or may not be spending some time around people sapping you your positive energy.
Yeah.
You could do
that's a really good one. Like as far as negative thinking, stay away from people with bad energy.
It's called Rejection Proof: How I Beat Fear and Became Invincible Through 100 Days of Rejection. And that's by Jia Jiang. Jiajianj. Jia Jiang.
Wow. Is he Chinese?
Yeah, that's a Chinese name.
I'm asking Melvin because he speaks Chinese for whatever reason.
You see that? You see how she gave it a positive? Like, who speaks Chinese? That's not even really positive. You just stated a fact for whatever reason.
I mean, that doesn't make it negative.
Now I gotta cut this whole off.
Shut up.
No,
like there's like a billion things you can do to like overcome negative thinking. It's a whole lot.
Yeah. Just experiment with yourself.
Stay away from negative people. Stop negative thoughts. As soon as you realize you're thinking negative, just stop.
Yeah, just take a break.
Like
take a break. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel. Period. Like don't avoid your emotions, guys.
That too.
To do specifically, all right. We tough. We strong. Physically, mentally. Get right emotionally. You can't do shit with yourself if your emotions are guiding you in these awful places and you keep turning around trying to figure out why you ended up with this situation and why you not ended up where you want to be. Because you don't feel good.
Very true.
It's because you don't feel good.
Another thing is be good to like yourself. Meaning like if you're in a situation that doesn't feel right to you, just get out. Don't question it.
Right.
Don't make excuses about it. Don't sit there and think, well, how am I going to do it? Just leave right then. As soon as you feel it, just get the fuck out. Because chances are it's not going to end well. And you saving yourself a whole lot of extra heartbreak, heartache, whatever the situation is. Just get out.
And just see where you end up. If you are one of those types, kind of like myself, if you find yourself overthinking a lot, just throw that shit away. Be a fool for a while. Be a wanderer. Grab a fucking lantern and walk into the dark for a bit. See where you end up.
Not literally.
Why not?
Because it's dark.
What's wrong with dark?
It's weirdos in the
darkness is light.
It's weirdos. You think darkness is light?
Yeah. It's more spiritual shit too.
Okay.
We can get to that soon.
I don't even. That's too much to dissect right now.
Think about it. Do you think light dispels darkness? You think light is honestly like the opposite of darkness? Like think of the yin yang principle. They both are each other.
Is it that they are each other or they balance each other?
Both.
It can be both.
It definitely can be both. They can.
How are they the same thing and balance each other? If it's the same thing,
because they're both one and the same. Because like, of course you can have two separate things, but those two separate things can still be the same thing, like two poles. You can have two polar opposites of one thing, like black and white with gray.
But that would make it a whole other thing.
Like sure, it's another thing, but it's still from one thing. Like its root is still.
But if we talk about light and darkness, there's only two things.
Right, but they're both rooted in one thing.
Which is what?
I don't know. Look, scientifically.
See, you don't even know.
Can I finish?
No.
I don't know. Like maybe like matter. If you're speaking like scientifically.
No.
Sure.
I don't know about all that. As far as darkness, I think. No, I don't think so. Maybe that's something
Good talk.
I gotta read more about.
All right, we're gonna finish this off with a freestyle again.
Why do we have to freestyle again?
Because you messed up.
Because you keep making me laugh.
You left me behind.
You keep making me laugh. I don't expect you to say the shit that you say, and then I start laughing. That's your problem.
So you did this. Okay, good. All right, sit the kid.
No, you go first, because you're gonna make me laugh.
You gave up on me.
I didn't give up. You made me laugh too much. What is this?
No, I clicked on the next one.
See,
right, here
fucking around.
Hopefully, we don't get another ad. All right.
First of all, what is this beat?
Can't hear that.
Where are the drums? Where is the actual beat of it?
It just started, right?
I mean, why we got a whole intro?
Go.
Oh my god. Trying to think.
Don't think.
I gotta think the
freestyle. How you feel? It's all about
how I feel? Okay. What do you think? That's why I told you to go first. Go ahead.
I'm gonna beat the background.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. Stop.
Elementary. A, B, C, D, E. I'm taking you back to the first century. You gotta learn from the beginning to get to the end. If you don't learn, you're gonna be bad.
That wasn't even a rhyme. See, I can finish yours, but mine by itself is like fucked up.
Yo, my favorite color is like a deep purple, not that bright shit, cause that's for the gay kids. But if you gay, I don't mean no offense, it's just these days I'm on the fence about how I feel sexually.
What?
Cause you know me, I'm down with the diggity.
Wow.
My best friend and I, we touch each other when his wife leaves the house. And nowadays, his wife is always out the house.
None of this is
We
true.
be playing with each other like cat and mouse, chasing dicks, chasing the riches.
I don't think I need to follow this.
I no longer chase the real bitches, I chase the men.
Wow.
Gay clubs, put your hands up if you in the gay club. I'm not.
Wow.
Go.
First of all, he's not gay. Just ignore all of that. If you are, this is news to me because I don't know shit about that. I don't know. All right. I'm trying to think. Hey, another podcast. We almost done episode 3, and we had a whole lot of fun. Woo. I'm about to go upstairs and make me some hot chocolate.
Oh.
Cause I'm about to right. Shut up.
Put it on the shelf like your career. Wow. The end is near. Apocalypse now. Vietnam was a mistake. It was all an inside job. Yeah, people lost their lives, but goddamn, why we go there in the first place?
Wow.
This is the human race.
He's taking a turn here. Okay. He does. He's thinking.
That fits for friends who
do stuff together. You is for you and me. Shout out to SpongeBob.
N is for anywhere and anytime at all. Down here in the deep blue sea.
We out.
Fuck.